It is 8:55 p.m. and we now return to open session. Members of council, is there a motion to certify that we discuss personnel and personnel only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second. I'll start with Ms. Thompson on the certify.
Certified. Certified.
We now stand in open session. I think the first item
I have two motions,
Mr.
Mayor.
Green has the floor.
Number one, I move that council authorize the salary adjustments and merit raises as recommended by Director of Public Works Dan Martin, which would still equate to a $10,000 per year saving for the taxpayer as a result of the departure of Mr. David Alstrander.
Is there a second to Mr. Green's motion? All right, the motion has been made and duly seconded. Any discussion? These are 13 employees, and these are, I think you said merit increases and lower,
Merit increases and salary adjustments.
for the lower end positions. Very good. I'll ask for a roll call vote, starting with Ms. Thompson.
Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries 7-0. Mr. Van Norbeck, you had something you wanted to inform the council?
I have another motion.
Well, Mr. Van Norbeck, I think you had something you wanted to inform the
Okay.
council of.
am asking, I've been approached by several of the employees and residents in town, but primarily the employees who had asked for me to approach, and I agreed to do so to the council to return the January 2nd, 2018 holiday back to the employees. Make the request to council, and if you deem fit, I know the employees will be most appreciative if we can do that.
Mayor, I rescind the motion that I made in the November meeting approving the holiday schedule for 2018.
Mr. Green was one of those in the affirmative last month, so he's moved to rescind the motion that was setting the holiday schedule at 13 and a half days, excluding January 2nd and Columbus Day. Is there a second to that motion to rescind?
Second.
All right. I'll ask for a roll call vote on the motion to rescind, starting with President Thompson.
Aye.
Aye.
You abstain. That motion carries 4-2 with one abstention. The floor is now open for a new motion.
I move, Mayor, that we add January 2nd to the previous motion.
Mr.
that make any sense?
Mr. Green has moved to include January 2nd, but still exclude Columbus Day.
That is correct.
in
That's 14
2018.
and a half days, which we agreed the year before, which we agreed to grant the employees 14 and a half days, and that makes that right.
Madam President, would you like to second that motion?
Second.
All right, any discussion on this motion? I'll ask for a roll call vote, starting with Ms. Thompson.
Aye.
Aye.
That motion carries 4-2 with one abstention. Any other business coming before the council? We did, without going into details, we did have discussion about the potential agenda items. I'll leave that at staff and council's discretion as you formulate the agenda in the coming months.
Jennifer is reminding me of something, 25-mile-an-hour speed limit in town.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes,
I forgot.
I apologize.
May I have
Jennifer
the
just
floor?
reminded me of it. I forgot
May I
to.
have the floor?
Mr. Green, what's the floor?
I move that we rescind my motion of
November the 18th.
November 2018 council 17 meeting to incorporate a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit from corporate limit to corporate limit on South and North Main Street.
Would you like to second that?
Sure.
All right, Mr. Nash, could you second? All right. Motion is to basically, the action may have been a little premature, and we need to hear from VDOT according to Mr. Van Norbeck.
Right now, I just want to rescind.
Rescind, okay, so the motion is to rescind, has been duly seconded. I'll ask for a voice vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries 7-0.
I move to table this issue until the manager can do further study and report to council.
Is there a second? All right, Mr. Scott is seconding. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. There's no other business coming for the council. I've got one thing y'all have got to do for me, and that is to have a Merry and safe Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to everyone else.
Merry Christmas. At 8:58, most of which was a closed session. Yes.
I'm glad I'm not in
You didn't
that
say thank you to
airport.
me.
I know that.
What's that?
I'm glad I'm not in that